So for SaaS brands, one of the most tried and tested approaches to go to market is freemium. It's highly predictable, it's a very clear CTA, it gives the user experience of the product, it allows you to invite other users in, it becomes very sticky, and it also allows you to be very consistent with your pipeline tracking. So you bring in this many users, you upsell them, and that's how it's always run, and that's why it's been so successful. With the advent of AI, I think things that I wouldn't say that the freemium model is dead, but there is certainly going to have to be some level of evolution because there's a lot of challenges coming under that right now. For example, this week I spoke with the founder of a new AI company. Now, AI is very much baked into their products, but I think this also applies to traditional SaaS companies who are augmenting their product with AI because it's the same challenge. When the topic of freemium came up, it was very, very quickly discarded because of the token cost associated with having free users using the product. So there's a few very interesting issues here. And the first is that I think that going forward, unless you have a lot of money, a lot of investment, enough to fund the go-to-market approach of freemium so that you can actually do this at scale. Because freemium doesn't really work unless it's at scale, which I think is the real key fundamental point here. Unless you have the money in order to drive that at scale, then you're not going to get the advantages, you're not going to get the predictability, you're not going to get the user to really use the product over a period of time where you can actually naturally upsell them. The only other alternative, which is what I've seen a lot of products do right now, is to cap usage. Now, a lot of the capping that I've seen when I've been testing a lot of these products is that it's very tightly, you get a very minimal amount, either daily or weekly. So it sort of gives you a flavor of freemium, but it doesn't really get you the whole way. There's also this question of how long are you going to put up with people just using the free allowance every single day, which risks capping you until you can't take on more users, can't get the scale that you need to make the model work. Are you then going to start kicking people out? Is it going to be more of a 30-day trial and then you kick them out? I think that all these questions need to be answered as we go forward. There's also this really interesting issue about the core model, such as OpenAI or Claude, and then the wrapper products around that who are sending API calls to the model in order to get an output. If it's just a wrapper product where it's just a set of instructions, a UI on the top, and then AI, like a core model, is just charging you tokens to get an answer, that's not hugely defensible if you think about it. And it's actually quite easy to do within the chat window for a user. So it brings up the idea of like, what does a product actually look like and what type of products can actually work on a freemium model that are going to get the scale and are going to be around long enough to actually get the amount of users you need in order to grow a profitable business. I think these are all unknowns. These are interesting questions right now, but I think the key point of this is that ultimately freemium, I wouldn't say is dead, but it's definitely going to have to evolve or make way for a new model.